Good morning, lovelies. ZoëTwoDots here with some more Pokemon Go goodness for you, and today I've got the lovely Cricket, the ever so positive sunshine rainbow to balance out my smarmy face. We are going to be hunting around for Tappity Tap Tap Mr. Mime. Essentially, the question we're going to answer for today's thesis of a video is it worth it? Is it worth it for this event for you? Convert in your own head for your dollar equivalent, but here's what we're starting with for page 1. Catch 15 Ice-type Pokemon, 3 Great Curveball throws, transfer 10 Pokemon, and the Professor has to say to us, "It's great to see you again, Zoe." "Thanks, Professor." Begins with a pineapple a day keeps the Professor away, and a coffee. Head out the lab. Let's start researching. What are we going to be doing today? I'm going to swap arms because I'm not strong anymore. First I thought the ice formed because it was especially chilly day. I mean, it's like summer here, but sure, so yep, chilly day. It's in fact nowhere near cold enough to create a sheet of ice that thick. For my sake and my breakfast, can you help me research ice-type Pokemon to see whether we can discover anything? My poor bro. Look, you're just gonna have like an ice long black or something, like it's all good. Cold brew. Okay, easy. Additionally, I've seen a couple of new tasks today. Catch 10 Psychic Pokemon and 10 Great Throws in a row, so we'll see what pops out of that, I guess, because new research and
yeah, let's do it.
Let's find out. You guys want to see a magic trick?
Yeah.
A really subtle magic trick.
Did you get one?
It is. Boop. Spring.
Yes, now I believe
Shiny
you.
Burmy.
Yes.
Hello. This is my second one in like within a month's time.
You don't know if it's a boy
I hope
yet.
it's a boy. I was not expecting that. I was like, look, I'll try and get a great throw on that. Didn't. But Shiny Burmy. Hello. Welcome. Male. Yes.
Yeah.
We can get that spicy
Evolve it
muffin.
now?
I will evolve it today. Absolutely. That's a not likely on the IVs, but we will have a spicy evolved Mothim later. We'll see, maybe there's a quest. Maybe there'll be an evolved quest, probably. Let's see if I can maintain some sort of excellent, just great throws. Great throws on a Froakie. I could nanab these and things like stop moving. Like the nanabs are more effective basically as of like the start of this month. So been very lucky though with a lot of Froakie around me. I've been definitely seeing a lot more Froakie near the water. So if you've been struggling to find Froakie, these guys definitely love a good water biome. What else we got? A bunch of easy, big boys to hit great throws on. Yoink. One for you. Stantler surely is an easy great throw, right? Right. One for you.
Look, I'm too afraid. It's an incense one. I gotta get it quick.
Done. Don't forget to be checking for Cubchoo. That is the new shiny. You don't have to be doing the ticketed event to get Cubchoo. However, heads up to anyone like the Southern Hemisphere. I haven't seen like a single ice type normally, like without it being event spawns and stuff, so keep that in mind. But it can be shiny. Let's claim now. And this top one was the 10 great throws.
Oh, you done it already.
You already mined up.
I didn't realise that was that one.
Is that the first one?
Yep.
I'm gonna stack this Jinx up as well because I think I might put my stack with things that are easy to get great and excellent throws on, just in case we get more of those quests. Oh, and Cubchoo for the catch 10 psychic types? Okay, so Jinx, we did see someone as well, one of our other friends said that the 10 great throws is a pool of things. So they've had a Lapras so far and a Woobat, so I'll put on screen if we know the total amount of things that can be in those quests. Whew, and let's just see, we're gonna catch a few more ice types. This is gonna be the slowest part, I think, for me. No on the Cubchoo. Shiny check on the Reggie. Steal.
3, 2, 1, go! No.
I do not have this baddie shiny yet, but we'll see. Okay, managed to snag a cheeky Gibble quest as well, which is the 3 excellent throws is no longer Larvitar. That was like Larvitar in quests for over, I think, almost 2 years, a year and a bit. Is now Gibble for 3 excellent throws in a row. So, shiny check on the quest to Gibberu. No, but hey, I'll take it. I need them candies regardless. I'll yoink it up. Huh. We'll proceed with our quest. I'm still low on the ice types. Okay, time to claim the first portion of our quest here. So the first bit of our items out of this is 3 incense, which consider going to need to use an incense to, get any ice types. I'm going to consider that, 2 realistically. Vulpix on that one there. Yoink. Just broke another great throw streak. Fantastic. Get used to that if you're going to play this event. And, oh, actually, speaking of Vulpix, quick check on this one. No. And and Snorunt. So I would say, I mean, these are ones that can be shiny. And claiming up 2,000 Stardust, 3 rare candies, and a Pokemon appearing, it's gonna be Jinx. Beautiful, lovely. Let's investigate the source of the tapping sound for the professor. Catch 15 Pokemon, spin a Pokestop or gym, use 10 berries to help catch Pokemon. Okay, so there's the first little indicator. If you're someone who's playing from home, you don't live on a Pokestop or a gym, this is going to be, I guess, I mean, you can always do it whenever. Special research never expires, so even if you buy this research and start it, it's never going to disappear. That's only things that appear in Today View that will expire, so if it's in special, you can do that whenever you want, but I guess keep in mind if you're playing from home, you don't live on a Pokestop or a gym, you cannot finish this in one day, so keep that in mind. And use 10 berries to catch Pokemon. Easy peasy. Let's, I mean, it's very windy today, it's very stormy. I'll see how we go before we have to like go and hide in the car. Part 2 of 5, let's claim some XP. Let's claim an encounter with Whismur. Okay, yeah, that makes weird sounds. And our other encounter is gonna be Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff's gonna serenade us off to sleep. Try and, again, not break my streak for the 100th time in a row here. And Stardust, 30 Pokeballs, and a Pokemon appears is going to be a mysterious Pokemon. Chomeko, beautiful. That's a nice chunk of Stardust as well. Oh gosh, the professor's getting scared by just about everything today, apparently. Let's see, what are we up to? The culprit is the Galarian form of the barrier Pokemon Mr. Rime. Barrier Doll, look out. Mr. Mime is the prime suspect. I mean, look, he looks pretty sus. Not to profile, but we never know. Catch 15 Psychic type Pokemon, 3 nice curveball throws in a row, powerful Pokemon 3 times. Okay, that's pretty easy. Easy peasy. Keep trying to find. We want the Cubchoo, man. Shiny Cubchoo, please. Okay, page number 3 of 5. Let's claim 30 Ultra Balls, 3 premium raid passes that I'm sure most people can't really do much with because, you know, probably stuck at home. It would be nice if those were remote passes, but here we are. Some XP, and the rain coming in sideways, and a Pokemon counter, and a Puffin, and some Stardust. What are we gonna get? Probably one of, like, the, oh god, there he is. Nightmare Fuel, Mr. Mime. There he is. Oh my gosh. Stop moving, sir. See if I can actually maintain the great throws on this thing. At least they're kind of like easy to hit on the Mimeus. Boop. Beautiful. Caught. Mr. Mime was caught, and I can't wait to evolve you because so I don't have to look at you. Oh, I mean, not bad. 15 attack. Okay. I don't know if it's going to be like usable for raids or PvP or what specifically, you know, it classes in as. Okay, good job catching Galarian Mr. Mime. No worries, mate. Happy to help out. Perhaps oh god. I've read that Galarian Mr. Mime evolves into Mr. Rime, the comedian Pokemon. It's apparently highly skilled at tap dancing and waves its cane of ice in time with its graceful moves. Graceful? I mean, it's not a swan, but okay. I wonder if you could teach me some new moves. Professor, I'm sure you're doing perfectly fine by yourself. Earn a heart with your buddy, earn a candy walking with your buddy, and evolve a Galarian Mr. Mime. Righto, okay. We can do that. How close are we for a, 1 kilometer. Okay. Let's get stepping. Okay, back home now. Cheeky check on the Woo Buffet. Yoink. So, let us jump into the final bit of the special. No, I earned a candy. I earned a candy. Are you serious? One sec. Okay, earn a candy walking with your buddy. Beautiful, and then we need to evolve a Galarian Mr. Mime. I think I've got enough candy for this guy to evolve from previous Mime encounters. So the candy does cross over as the same with, you know, any other Galarian forms, like Ponyta, or, you know, like Zigzagoon, whatever it is, the base form candy shares the candy with the other region. So, evolving Mr. Mime into Mr. Rime, far cuter in my opinion. Oh, the color looks way more saturated in Go as well, and that's not bad. He looks a lot more saturated in Go, like the ice on the shoes looks a lot better than in Sword and Shield. Gonna put it out there. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Cute animation. I'm okay with that. Shiny Mr. Rime actually is really sweet. Looks almost like a sepia tone, like he's in an old-timey movie. So we're gonna claim candy 30, candy 30. Beautiful. Claim the XP there. 2 Glacial Lure modules, 2,000 Stardust, and a Pokemon appears, which is, I know what it is, but we'll be surprised together. Boop. Another Mr. Mime. So you do get 2 Mr. Mimes through this research. However, you do have to evolve your first one to complete it. Or I guess you'd have to wait until Mr. Mime Galarian form just comes out for free for everyone and do it then. If you really didn't want to evolve your, like, what if you got like a bad IV one and you didn't want to evolve it and you wanted to have one of each sort of thing. So I think it's a bit weird that it makes you evolve it without having to, like, this one's better. Like, this one is like, you know, it's only slight for me, but I guarantee you someone out there is going to be like, their first one is, you know, 12, 12, 12, and their second one is like a hundo or something. Like, if I was going to pick one to evolve, there's only like a couple of IVs in it, I'd much rather evolve this guy. I'll probably end up evolving both, to be honest, because looking at this guy just gives me like night terrors. But, you know, to each their own. What does the professor have to say to us? Thank you for evolving Galarian Mr. Mime. I've heard story of Mr. Rime's amusing movements. Color me amused, what a cool discovery this was. It's been an unforgettable adventure. Well, I'm sure I can say it, I'll do it again, giving the chilling way it started my poor breakfast. Honestly, I like the professor's dialogue. Professor always has just like a fun attitude. And then we've got the XP, 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 3 incubators, and a star piece. And the pose. End of the pose. Again, I might wait to claim that with all of this with my, you know, star piece and lucky air gun once I've completed that walk 45 kilometers. So at least we know all of the steps and we can see what everything like is. Really quickly before I get into my hot take on this, let's check shiny. Just that Burmy from earlier, which is, I'm still content with that. That's not even supposed to be like, you know, boosted or anything. So it's been a while since I've seen a shiny pop up. No hundos. Let's quickly evolve that shiny Burmy into shiny male Motham, because it looks good. So my hot take on the Galarian Mr. Mime research, is it worth it? I can't tell you what value to put into a Pokemon, items, incubator, all that kind of jazz. I mean, I guess for items, yes, I can. Beautiful, shiny Motham. Stonked with that. I mean, like for items, sure, I can, but for like, is this, I don't like putting a dollar value on a Pokemon because I think realistically, you know, a Celebi to someone is just as important as Mr. Rime to someone else. It's all going to be someone's favorite Pokemon, so I don't really want to do that. However, with the exclusivity of certain Pokemon where it's like you have to do raids to get legendaries or mythicals, whatever it might be, or you can just get this one on the map for free because it's just the Pokemon that spawns. I think that then plays into the perceived value of a Pokemon, which I think is a bit, you know, how's it going? In terms of the value for items, here's all of the items that are in the, you know, research that you unlock, including candies, including balls and all that kind of jazz. You can, I guess, make up for yourself if that's worth it for you in your dollar. Keep in mind, I'm Australian, I'm playing in Australia, I've got the Australian version of the game through, you know, the Play Store and all that jazz. Therefore, the dollar will have a different conversion rate. So for Australians, the research would be closer to $13. Now, if I jump into the shop here, for pretty close to $13, you know, 14, if we're gonna say that 100 Pokecoins is $1, just to keep that equation, because keep in mind, where I am, and for everyone in the world, the 100 Pokecoins is always the 99-cent kind of transaction. From there up, it gets either a good deal or a bad deal or bad conversion. If we say that the Mr. Mime research is closer for me to $13, if I round that up, 14 and a bit, $15, an Ultra Box or an Adventure Box, you get way more in terms of items in one of these boxes. If you want bulk incubators and incense and all that kind of jazz, you might get more value out of just buying a regular box. However, there's then value in having a storyline, having a nice little thing to do on a Saturday. Maybe you don't have anything that you want to do and $13 isn't that much of an issue for you, or $8 where you live, or maybe you live somewhere where the conversion rate's even worse. Like the conversion rate for a lot of Brazilian players, I think, at the moment is just like horrific. It's closer to $20 for this, which if that's what it's going to be, I would say no. Before someone brings up, you know, like, oh, economies are different and like the dollar's different, I'm gonna put it out there, like, even though the Australian version is 13 and yours is 8, if you're in the USA, I'm gonna put money that a cup of coffee, like a nice little latte, is probably the same price. Like, you're probably paying $4 to $5 in the USA, and we're paying $4 to $5 depending on how much caramel you would like in it in Australia. So it's like our $4 is not equal, if you know what I mean. $13 isn't cheap, especially if it's something that I think, again, if we're talking physically just the items, I don't think it's worth it personally. If we're talking the quality of the day that I had a lovely day out exploring. I had a lovely time with Cricket and Matt and Calico and Tim, just walking around Newcastle, I had possibly the worst physical weather that it could have been, being out in shorts and a singlet, and it just turned into stormy, rainy, windy weather. Still had a good time. Would have liked to have stayed out longer. I have injured my shoulder though, so it's just like carrying the camera and everything is getting a bit much at the moment. Additionally, I think more value would be obtainable from players who either live on some Pokestops or if you're able to get out and play physically, because all of the Pokestop quests convert into those great throws, catch psychics, catch ice types, which I then realized all of those are rewarding, I believe, from the exact same rewards, the exact same pool of Pokemon. So I was torturing myself getting great throws when I could have just been getting psychics and ice types and having the same encounters. So keep that in mind too. But I think you'd get way more value if you are a player who can walk around and spin those Pokestops and get just bulk quests, because there's decent stuff to check in them. Jinx can be shiny, the Lapras can be shiny, Woobat can be shiny. Like there's definitely good stuff in there to check, but if you don't live near a Pokestop, if you're not in a country that can safely go out and walk and do quests, I think you're losing a lot of that additional value. And that's certainly not to take away from, countries that can. Australia has been doing really well, New Zealand, Taiwan, Singapore. There are a lot of places with a lot of players who can safely play outside and with others and do a bunch of quests. And there are others that just can't. So if you're in that situation where you're playing from home, again, there is that quest in the research that is spin a Pokestop or a gym. You might not be able to do it in one day. It won't expire, you can do it whenever, but keep that in mind. Additionally, the special, like just regular field research tasks on any Pokestop, it's only going to last for the duration of the ticket. To get the most out of this, you need to be out and about and exploring, I would say. And if for you, getting the most out of it is just like you love Mr. Rime and you love him so much and it's your favorite thing, then maybe that's the value that's fine. Maybe that's, for you, you want it now and you're happy to pay for that. Good for you. Again, I can't tell you if it's worth it for you because each person's going to have a different financial situation, emotional situation, whatever it might be. For me personally, I don't think it's worth it for me. However, as I've said before, let creators spend the money to try it out and test it. And it's a work expense for us. It's not an issue. And we can show you and give you the information so that you can make an educated decision. Maybe you decide, oh, I really want to do that. Or you're like, maybe I won't. So keep that in mind. Let me know in the comments down below, are you going to participate in the Mr. Mime research? Is this something that you're just like, yeah, why not? Like chillin', might as well do it. Or is it something that you're just like, nah, son, I'll just sit back on that one. I'm curious to know your reasonings why and why not. So let me know in the comments down below. As always, lovelies, thank you so much for watching. If you are new, please be sure to subscribe. Thank you to everyone who did leave a like as well. And if you'd like additional ways to support the channel, links for Patreon and the merch are in the description down below. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning, noon, night, whatever time it is for you. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
Shiny!